Super Sons issue 2. Peter J. Tomasi writing this also. Jorge Jimenez on art.
I got to go. I'll just say real quick, really enjoyed Super Sons. So see ya.
This was really good. He basically summed it up, but we will go a little bit more in depth. So still a lot of fun. Them playing off each other, Damien and John, is really good. So the gist of this one is that they're at LuthorCorp. Damien basically lets John distract Lex while he goes in and gets the information he wants, and tricks Lex by making him think there's like 11 bombs planted around the place. And it's really fun because Lex sees the one bomb, he grabs it and like disarms it, thinking, "Oh yeah, I've stopped you, you little brat." He's like, "Yeah, but you've only got like 5 minutes to find the other 11 of them." And
it was 5 seconds.
Yeah, was it 5 seconds? Yeah, that makes this Damien, that makes more sense. But then obviously John's pissed that they almost get into so much trouble. And Damien, of course, like, yeah, almost means none. So shut up, John.
Yeah.
But he's like, so they were investigating some break-ins at LexCorp, and it turns out it's the same kid that we've been seeing in the sort of the prologue scenes. That we got another one in this issue, and in fact, the one in this issue was really dark because the kid kills his entire family, with the exception of his sister who gets away. But not only does he like hunt them down in like a sort of really manic game of hide and seek, there's actually a panel at the end where you see them all lying there with pools of blood, and I'm like, man, this is dark. This kid's like proper evil.
And we find out who he is to some extent.
The family was affected by the Amazo virus in Justice League, which was during the New 52, and this kid still has his powers, and he's went insane. And as Damien points out to John, he says, yeah, most of the powers were reversed, but there's still like 5% of the ones that never got cured and still have their powers.
Yeah.
And basically they see him in the security cameras, and like I like how they both one up each other here, where John's like, "Oh no, it'll take you." Sorry, Damien says to John, "Oh, it'll take me weeks to cycle through all this stuff," and John does it in like 2 seconds. He's like, "Oh, I've got really good vision, you know," and he finds all the footage of him, and then he's like, "Well, it's going to take you ages to find out where this kid is," and then Damien's like, "Oh no, that's what I found. I have back computer facial recognition." Yeah, so they keep one upping each other, and it's really fun back and forth between them.
Yeah.
And again, the art's really good with the facial expressions to see like who's annoyed and whatnot between them.
Yeah.
So they go and find the location where this murder happened, and like Damien does some detecting. John's freaking out, but there's dead bodies here. We have to just report this into the dads right now.
Yeah.
And Damien deduces there's someone missing, and John finds the girl out in the woods near the place. And this is how we end. We end with Batman and Superman show up, but they swap them. So Batman shows up behind John, and Superman shows up behind Damien, and they both.
And they're all just shadowed, and you just got like the eyes and the logos.
Yeah, there's in silhouette. Does Superman even have his heat vision eyes kind of like fired up?
Yeah, he does.
As if he's going to burn Damien alive.
Yeah.
But no, again, just even them dealing with Lex and Damien being a little shit to him, and even to an extent John, who isn't a shit to him, but he tries to like wrangle his way out of it. Oh, we're fans, Mr. Luthor. You're like the Superman of Metropolis. We like you. And he's just,
I loved that stuff.
Yeah, it was really fun.
I love Damien's bike. It's just stashed there. It's like, right, come on the bike.
Yeah,
and then off they go.
And that's another testament to the art. John looks so uncomfortable being on the back of that bike when he's riding it.
He does, and there's only a couple of panels of them on it together. But he's got his arms out, he's like holding on for dear life.
Yeah, it's really quite cool. But no, them playing off each other is just good. Do you know what I really appreciate actually? And it's a real testament to Tomasi, is that he makes them feel like kids, and we have the fun of them being kind of young and being kind of immature. But at the same time, it's never annoying. And the book is also really dark, as we mentioned with the murders.
Yeah.
So it hits all these notes. It's like he's walking a tightrope. It's a really fine line, but he's doing it. It's
kind of like the best kids' TV shows and content where, it works for kids, but the best ones have this edge to them. They have something there that makes it accessible for everyone.
Yeah.
And this kind of falls into that category.
Yeah, I agree. It's solid as hell. I really like Super Sons. It's quickly shot up to like one of the top 10 Rebirth books.
It's getting up there. As long as it maintains this quality, I have no doubt of that.